Seriously, facepalm. I mean, I really wasn't gonna release this video. By the way, I'm not harassing at all. I'm just pretty much defending myself and bringing out the truth and evidence and facts that will clear me from the, bullshit that he tried to put up with, on the other videos that he did, which got taken down. And I have a right to defend myself. I have every right to provide proof against your false accusations and fabrications. And now, yeah, you're not going to be able to recover after this one. I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do. You're going to keep doing what you're doing, but I guarantee you that after this, it's over. Your reputation will be like flushing a turd down the toilet. Wait a minute. What's that noise? I believe that was the sound of Movieworld's express reputation flushing down the toilet. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna come up with a new name for you, because your reputation is flushing down the toilet. Think of a good name. How about this? Movieworld Man Tits Excess. I actually like that one. I wanna know why. Well, the first part of it, I'm not really going to get into, because obviously I can't post any photos of that on here. But I have seen some, and I gotta say, you're going around calling people fat. Well, first off, you're allowed to call people fat, because in actuality, everybody in the whole wide world has a percentage of fat in their body. You would be a liar if you wouldn't call people and say that they weren't fat when they are. It's just some of us have a little bit of excess fat on us than we really shouldn't. By the way, I'm not 300 pounds. I'm actually 232 pounds. I'm 5'9". You're 6'1" and what? Yeah, well, judging from what I've seen, from your photos, and from what others have seen, yeah, you really shouldn't be talking to your pal. So that explains the Movieworld Man Tits Excess. That's, you're calling everybody Nolanites. Well, you know what? That is what your name is going to be from now on. So from now on, everyone, no more Movieworld Express. It is now Movieworld Man Tits Excess. That's just about it. Like I said, I really didn't want to go this far. I really didn't. But you really pushed me, pal. Detective warned you to leave me alone. You're still parading around on YouTube, still parading around in forums. Yeah, I've seen it. Don't try to deny it. And you're not leaving me alone. And you're still fabricating shit. And I want gloves off. Gloves are completely off on this one. And in all honesty, and I'm not defending him in any way, alright? Kid can be a cool kid if you wanted to. But he chooses to be a jackass. Reasons as to why, I really can't explain it. A psychologist actually tried to explain that during class when I went to, yes, that's right, I graduated from criminal justice, which is why you're currently screwed with the situation that you're in. I know my law. And apparently when people behave like this is because they don't get enough attention at home. So if they're not getting any positive attention, they use negative attention to get that type of attention. And you know what, dude? It's really not worth it. You have a lot of people out there. I mean, you have a lot of people siding with you. And trust me, I'll be honest, I agree with some of your thoughts about what you think about Chris Nolan's Batman series. I don't favor it. Here's the thing. With him, it's no longer you're knighted as a Nolanite because you love the Batman films. If you're against him, you know, for the whole personal attacking aspect of it, you don't have to like the Chris Nolan films anymore to be named the Nolanites, which, who came up with that crap? That is the worst. You know what? I'm really digging the Movieworld Man Tits Excess. That is really a better, I'm really liking that one. Like I said, Nolanites, you know what? Just call me the Raimi Knight, or the Web Knights. because I like the Spider-Man character. I like the films more than the Batman films. I'm not really that much of a Batman fan. So, call me a Nolanite all you want, dude. I'm no member. Dude, nobody is... You're doing this to yourself. You're creating these people who are despising you, because if anyone refuses to agree with your opinions, they're automatically the bad people, the bad guys, the Nolanites. And majority of the people that you've quote-unquote knighted as the Nolanites, they really don't even like the Batman films that much. They just don't like you. And that's just the end of it. The whole point of it is that I would recommend that you just do an apology video. Start fresh, man. Express your personal opinion, but don't bag on people who have a different opinion, man. I mean, like I said, I agree with some of the things you say about the Nolan films, but, you know, I'm not gonna go around personally attacking people and calling them Nolanites, and I mean, dude, that's just not the way to do things. That really isn't. So my advice to you from now on, man, and you don't have to take it, like I said, I'm dealing with an individual who has a brain of a child, a capacity level of a child. He's just not going to get it through his head that behaving... I mean, seriously, in reality, in the real world, and this is probably why you don't even have a job, you really think that attitude that you have, the way that you are, you're really going to make it in this world? Because seriously, there are more things to life than making videos on YouTube and, you know, doing radio... I wouldn't even call it radio. You do podcast shows from your home. I mean, anybody can do a podcast. Alright, there's a really big difference between a radio show and a podcast show. And I'm sorry, my friend, but you did that from your house. You know, or a little studio. That's not a radio show. I'll show you what a radio show is. And you know I was part of a radio show where there were real celebs on it. And there were real discussions going on about stuff. You know, and we were discussing some of the similar things that you're discussing about, but we're not going around, you know, trashing people. That's just not how you get more viewers. Granted, the people who follow you are the multiple accounts that you make to follow yourself and talk to yourself, which is really pathetic. In all honesty, I don't know what to say about that. Granted, the one thing that you guys all have in common is that you trash the Nolan films, but you know what? Here's the reality of it. Christopher Nolan is a director that makes millions of dollars. What are you guys? Tell me what you do. You go on YouTube, you make videos, you bitch, you whine. You don't go out there, you don't do anything about it. You know what? Shut up or put up. You don't realize how hard these people really work. In Movieworld, you call yourself an actor. You're not an actor, dude. You may have done some films or whatever. You may put up sites or advertisements stating, oh, I'm a student filmmaker, student film, you know, if you girls want to make out with me, yada, yada, yada. You might do it your way, that way, and take pictures and pretend it's your girlfriend. Yeah, that's what I found out. That's what I'm letting out right now. But in all honesty, if you're an actor, you would appreciate how hard people work to make these movies and to bring these characters to the big screen. You wouldn't be purchasing bootlegs, and trust me, stop going around telling people that I'm telling them that they're terrorists if they don't like the Chris Nolan films. That's not accurate. What's accurate is that if you buy, and get this through your mentality child of a brain, if you buy bootlegs, you are contributing to funding terrorism. Doesn't mean you're a terrorist. Get that through your man-child head of yours. Okay? And I'll say it very slow this time. I'll say it as if you're a child. If you buy bootlegs, you are giving money to the bad guys. Get it? Okay? So, moving on with the presentation, I'm going to expose Movieworld Express one more time. I'm sorry, it's Movieworld meant it's excess. As to how much of a fraud he really is, because I found out where he really was during the Avengers screening. So let's take a look. Oh, but first, let me show you what a real radio show is all about. Not about a bunch of guys calling up and having a podcast from... No. Dude, podcasts are not radio shows, okay? You can do a podcast from a radio show segment, but no. Doing it from your house, and you're not part of, like... XM Sirius Radio or any radio station, dude, it's no radio show, okay? And as far as thanking all these people that follow you, dude, you named like 8 or 9. You know how many people I can name that support me or that know me? it would take 3 hours of video to name everybody. So don't think you're a hot shot. You're not a hot shot. So let's separate the fact from fiction here. You say you're an actor, yet all you do is post ads asking women to be in your student films, making out and ask them to be your girlfriends. You say you're an actor, yet you contribute to bootlegs, which in return hurts the entertainment industry and the actors that work really hard to make these films. You say you're an actor, yet when someone tells you something about a movie, which I've done a lot of, and a lot of the shit that you've been spoiling around the internet came from me, and I pretty much gave you a bogus story so you could just leave me the hell alone. Because here's another example of the man-child situation. Tells me, oh yeah, what's going on with the Batman movie? What's going on with the Superman movie? Dude, my sources are only from Sony Pictures Spiderman. I don't have sources beyond that, and I lost them back in July in 2010. Next thing you know, hey, so what's going on with the Batman movie? What's going on with the JLA movie? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? What's going on with the Avengers? Are you kidding me? Yet, I tell you these things, and yet I tell you not to say it, but you do it anyway, because you really think that I'm going to trust somebody I really don't know to spoil inside movie information? Yeah, right. I wouldn't even tell my dog the stuff that I know, alright? And then you say now that you have a radio show going on when in fact anybody can do it from their home with a podcast. You know what, dude? The day that you have celebrities on your radio show, I will hand you some okay? ID treats. Really can't see it because it's a little bit dark right now, but you know. I mean, the day that you're video interviewing a celebrity or a wrestler, you know, I'll give you more Spidey treats and I'll give you a few claps, alright? But you know what, dude? The person who brought this to my attention states that you're trying to be me. Dude, you will never be me. You want to know why? Because I don't sit back, make these videos, and try to make a name for myself by bashing people who work really hard to bring these movies. And I'm not talking about Chris Nolan's Batman. I'm talking about every filmmaker out there. Because you don't have just a problem with the Batman, Chris Nolan films. You have a problem with a lot of films out there that you whine and complain about. You're an actor, you say you are, you're in the entertainment business, then dude, go out there and do something about it. Find out the hard way. Find out how it is the other way around. You have to understand the studios are the ones that make the big decisions. No director, no scriptwriter, no crew member, no actor in the world can change what the studio directors want to do with the film or the direction that they want to go in. You blame it on them. But you would have known that if you are in the entertainment industry. But you know what? I really don't think you are. Like I said, I don't have any proof of it. But enough of my rants. I'm going to keep going forward with a lot of stuff that's... You're not going to get out of this one. You're not going to slither your way out of this one, dude. It's over. It's done. The last two videos were nothing compared. You know what? You know what the best trilogy I've ever seen in my entire life? It's these 3 little videos. Because you were not a challenge, my friend. You left yourself wide open. You know, you go around saying that you went to go see the Avengers movie with the photo that you took from my Daily Bugle Spidey page. You go around telling everybody that you went and use that as proof, yet, you know what, I found out about it through your friends, which, by the way, did you clear your Facebook yet? They're the ones who ratted you out to me. Better start clearing, man. They're reporting to me. I know why? Because they know that I'm a decent guy, that I'm trying to do the right thing here, and you're... You know, you just had to push it, didn't you? Oh, you're getting nervous now, aren't you? Emperor Fast 5 CKR rises. Yeah, I remember you telling me once that, you know, that's you on IMDb. I know that's you. Everybody knows that's you. Still not leaving me alone, are you? Well, I know why you're nervous. You're nervous because you know what I know now. forget about the other videos. Because the other videos I clearly proved without a shadow of a doubt that you never went. But this is 100% proof as to where you really were when the people that actually attended the event, where we were and where you were. I'm not going to wait anymore. Let's just get on with it. So, Emperor Fast 5 CKRG Rises is Movieworld's express username on IMDb. And for those of you who are on IMDb, you know that it's him. Because there's only one person that goes around calling people Nolanites and raving about how the event... And dude, I agree with you, man. The Avengers is going to kick the crap out of The Dark Knight Rises. That's the one thing I can agree with. Because I even mentioned that in my review. Yeah, the review that you took my ideas from. And I found out something which is actually pretty funny, which I can't wait to show everybody. But, yeah, it's funny, you know, if the retard claims I was banned from movie screenings when I was just on there 4 minutes ago. Delusional fail. Yeah, at this point, you're the failure. And I'll show everybody why. Let's go see what's so popular on his comment section. Let's go back in time, shall we? Oh, yes. Show older posts. Here we go. Saturday, April 14th. Alright. And here we go. But before we go, I want to show you something really funny. This was, I'll show you the dates actually. Friday, April 13th. This was the day before the Avengers. And clearly, he was going around asking people as to the spoilers in the Avengers review. I'll just show you one of them. Here we go. Thanos is in it. Stallone. I guess he was talking to someone named Stallone. Darkseid cameo would be freaking great in the Man of Steel. Yada yada yada. So obviously this guy on Friday, the day before, he was going around asking people. But are you sure Thanos, right? How does he look exactly? Is Hulk's girlfriend Betty anywhere in the movie, or only Pepper? So obviously before the New York City screening, this guy was going around asking 21 questions as to what was going on in the movie. So pretty much he was building up his infamous review of the script, or he's going, I saw the Avengers movie. You know, he should really just, he sounded like Christian Bale, even worse there. Well, let's go to a really interesting part. We already know that he's been looking for reviews on it. Let's see what happens when everybody was at the Avengers screening. Where was Movieworld Express? Let's look at the dates. As you can see, Saturday, April 14th, 2012 at 12:15 p.m. And by the way, Movieworld, I know that you know from the ticket, because actually the ticket stub says that the movie started at 10 a.m. But here's what you don't know. The movie was delayed because of the radio show contest that was going on, and it did not start at 10 o'clock, as you told everybody that it did. It was very late starting the movie, and we were definitely not back by 12:15. But here you are, 12:15, 12:36, 13:03, even on Sunday. Well, let's go check out these posts, which is going to be very, very interesting as to what was going on with Movieworld and IMDb. So this is a post from a fan who just got back from a screening in Cherry Hill. Meanwhile, we were all watching the Avengers in New York City. Watch. Hey, Movieworld. Butt hurts? Must be by now. I must be getting screaming hemorrhoids. Screaming shit cities. Okay. Dude, you're wrong. It was Thanos. If you don't know how he looks, like, how can you say it's not him? Everyone who has seen a screening who has vast comic book knowledge has said it's Thanos. And how come you can't answer if the Hulk talks? Ladies and gentlemen, please notice the date and time. Saturday, April 14th, 2010, 12:15. So you saw the movie, yet you're asking questions about what happened from a Cherry Hill, Jersey screening from a fan who actually saw it? Wow. Whew. Oh yeah, there's more. Oh, you could so tell it's him. Who else says, sorry, Nolanites, trolls, but the Fandango numbers are in and blah blah blah. Well, you know what, let's just get to the real important part. Here's the second part here. Even better. Can you say all the powers that Thor displays? Weather powers, flight? How did Loki vs. Hulk fight happen? I'm not even done yet. No. Is it the Disney logo? Hoo. Oh, and look, he's talking to somebody from movie screenings. His name is Isra. Really cool cat. Is this Isra from NYC movie screenings? Laugh out loud. Did you see Thanos? Notice the date and time, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday, April 14th at 13:01, which means it's 1 o'clock, I'm assuming. And how was all the Hulk action? Isra, bro, can you PM my inbox with spoiler review? Don't forget the date and time. And I'm pretty sure Isra from NYC movie screenings can confirm that this is indeed, I mean, I know for a fact he's told me in the past that this is him on IMDb. So here we go. Now this is on Sunday after the 14th, and check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the date and time once again, Sunday, April 15, 2012 at 1:27 p.m. Spoiler, if you don't want to know, don't look. When Hulk completely beat the shit out of the Loki, did Hulk call Loki a punk ass bitch? WTF? Gee, I wonder where that came from. Yeah, that's right, that was from my Avengers review. That is exactly the same exact quote that I used in my review with the Grim Reaper. You remember? Let's see a quick clip.
Him up and down.
Then what did he say to him? Hulk called him a punk ass bitch? Could have sworn that's what he said, or bitch ass or punk ass. Laugh out loud. I couldn't hear over everyone screaming and cheering. You know, this guy took word for word what I stated in my review of the Avengers movie and plastered it on IMDb, pretending that he has seen a movie. Dude, where are your brains? Okay, well, this killer clearly is him bashing somebody on here. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Really nothing to do with anything. He's just asking people if he heard what the Hulk was saying specifically, so he could go back and tell people what exactly he heard when he didn't hear crap. Oh, and a lovely part here. Sorry, Michael Retardo, I have seen it. You beep, I guess they blurted out. Tard, my ticket is on my Facebook page. Try again, dumb ass. How's your butt hurt right now, pal? That's it. It's over. You're done. I got you. How you gonna slither your way out of this one? That's you on IMDb. Of course, you could probably fool all the people who don't know that you're on IMDb. You could probably lie and say, oh, it's not me, it's somebody else. You know what? Majority of the people that know who you are, majority of people that are watching this right now and know you're a fraud, dude, you're done. It's over. Leave me alone, or I will continue. You know what? No, I'm not even going to continue. I'm done. Spidey out. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you a real radio show based in California, sponsored by XM Sirius Radio. It's not a podcast done from home like Movieworld does. Okay? It's actually tuned in by a lot of listeners all over the world and in California. It features real celebrities, real wrestlers, and real discussions. Let's take a look. First time I was on the show, September 9, 2010, sponsoring Stanley's Election Days book, which I do promotional work for at conventions. It is not talking about garbage from an at-home podcast, which anybody can do. It's not what it is. I'm continuing. Adam West for the 1960s Batman show that was on the radio show. Yeah, a radio show, okay? Sponsored by Styling Online, Shocker Toys, and many other things. So, how many sponsors do you have, Movieworld? How many? That's right. None. Oh, looky here. The actor who played the Flash, John Wesley Shipp, on the radio show, Michael Gray, Shazam. Who's on your show, Movieworld? Who? How many viewers? That's right. Oh, look. It's the guy from The Sopranos. The Silver Surfer, Jug Jones. The Flash again, John Wesley Shipp. Margaret Kidder from the old school Superman films. Eric Roberts from The Dark Knight. Shazam again. The Flash. Kevin Sorbo, Hercules, Andromeda. Oh yes, and I remember this one. It was a major hit. This is when C. Thomas Howell spilled the beans on the Lizard being the main villain in the Spiderman movies, which was all over the internet. Now, how many times have you been all over the internet? How many times? Yeah, that's right. None. C. Thomas Howell confirms the Lizard as the new Spider-Man nemesis. Continuing. Movie Web, which you really can't see from here, but let me go up a little bit. There we go. Ooh, look. Heat Vision. C. Thomas Howell confirms Spider-Man reboot will pit against the Lizard. And of course, if you read the article, Retro Radio is all over this. The Daily Blam. During an interview with Retro Radio, transcribed by Movie Web, actor C. Thomas Howell lets slip a reference to the Lizard's presence in the Spider-Man film. Oh my God. Is it MTV? Yes, of course. It is MTV. So, Movieworld. When you can accomplish something like that and be a part of that, like I said, I'll give you some Spidey treats. But until then, you're the turd in the bottom of my feet. That's what you are. You know what you're good enough for? To carry my bags. You're done. Spidey out. Oh, also, for those of you who are interested in the Retro Radio live show, where I pretty much came on every once in a while to report comic book movie news, and trust me, there were no personal attacks going on around there. Everyone was pretty much open to discussion without being knighted as a Nolanite. But definitely, I'm gonna play something from the show where C. Thomas Howell revealed that the Lizard would be the main villain for the Amazing Spider-Man. So I'm gonna play this segment, where I pretty much call in into the show. Here it is.
Do you believe in magic?
There's a little too much man love in here. We already had C. Thomas Howell. He was a poster boy, a teen star. We already had him leaked, so the masculinity level in here is
okay. You know what? I'm not even going to say you're like magic. You're like
more like more calls.
Yeah, it is.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
It's called Kevin Hollywood.
Retro Radio Live.
I want to congratulate Retro Radio for being on the magazine cover. That is so amazing.
Is this Retro Spidey?
Yes, it is.
How great is this network becoming?
It's phenomenal. I mean, that show segment just had before Thomas Howell was just amazing.
Right. I know we had a little bit of audio problems in the beginning, but did you find a problem within 90 seconds or so? I mean, we had it pretty straightened out, didn't we?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying with the show, we had a little bit of audio in the beginning go wrong because my dumb behind is not an engineer, and I plugged the wrong thing into the wrong thing, so I will take complete blame for that. But again, I mean, you guys caught 99.9% of the interview. Spidey, tell everybody where you're calling from.
Calling from the great city of New York.
Great city of New York.
New York is a great city.
And tell everybody exactly what your position is and why you are Retro Spidey.
What his position is?
Why are you...
My position?
Yeah,
like shortstop?
Comic movie news on Retro Radio. I miss being on the show.
I know, we miss having you, man. and we got to sneak you back on again. But he spent a lot of the summer working with Stan Lee and his literacy program.
Stan the Man.
Stan the Man Lee. You know, keep up the good work, man. We're trying to get you as much insider stuff as Spider-Man. We'll get you back on the show.
Hey, we had a scoop tonight. How did you like that?
We outscooped you, bro.
Everything you Google online is wrong. We got it right from the horse's mouth.
Right from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, he's not a police officer. It does not have to do with the plot with Captain George Stacy. So there you go. We scooped it. Retro Radio Live.
How do you like that?
But a year ago, I did tell you that Mr. Tall, Dark, and Scaly would be the villain.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, but you didn't say who. I mean, you're not on drugs, are you, son?
No, not at all.
Just say no.
Just say no.
But sadly, I do want to give a shout out to Alfred Go. He passed away today. He was 94 years old.
I'm sorry, it was today, did he?
You know,
he passed away today? That's terrible.
Who passed away?
Yes,
Alfred
he passed
Go.
away
He
today.
played Alfred
94 years old, and he did a great job as Alfred in the Tim Burton series.
He did. Do you know is he in the current film? Do we know that? He didn't.
The current film? No, Michael Caine is actually the new
Michael
Alfred.
Caine, same as the Bale film, right?
Right, he picked it up.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Spidey.
Yeah, we appreciate the nice...
Do you have anything that you're pitching right now?
Oh, no, just pretty much wanted to give a congratulations for Retro Radio being on the magazine cover, and also congratulations to C. Thomas Howell being an amazing Spider-Man and the information. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, man, you know what? You're a big fan of the show, and you were a big part of it, and we're going to try to get you back on in your regular comic book section. We're trying to reestablish the network, and we're trying to bring more things to the table. We do not forget about you. We'll try to fit you back in on the comic book section on one of the shows, but and I might as well tell everybody a little bit. What we're trying to do is we're trying to broaden Retro Radio Live as a network, because now we have Daniel Beer from Creep Show on Wednesday mornings with Beer for Breakfast. Tuesdays is supposed to be Marilyn's show. We're going to see where that goes. And then twice a week, we're going to have Hollywood Retro Rewind with Kevin Hollywood and myself. And some of the biggest names from the past, present, and future of Hollywood, man.
That's fantastic, Chief.
Thanks, brother. You have a good night, man.
All right, take it easy. Sweaty out.
Sweaty out. That kid, let me tell you something. That kid, was getting killed online. He was getting bashed by everybody because he was out scooping everybody. And I hate to say this, but New York's got, more haters than a little bit. I mean,
there's some haters in here. There's haters everywhere.
Oh, not in this house.
Not in here. Not in here.
No, not in this house.
All we have here...
Well, that's pretty much segment. I mean, it's an hour and 14 minutes long, but in the beginning half of it is definitely C. Thomas Howell, and he talks about the whole lizard thing and what happens. And I mean, if you guys are really interested, for those who are actually interested in listening to celebrities instead of people bashing about the Chris Nolan films, which is really tiring nowadays, you could actually come onto this site. I mean, there's a lot of celebrities on here. Michael Madsen, Vicia Fox. Of course, you have a lot of Josie and the Pussycats, Lonnie Anderson. I mean, this is what the entertainment industry is all about, because not everybody can get involved in this type of stuff. Everybody can go on YouTube and do a review or just rant and rave about the things they love or hate. But you know what? This is what really pisses me off about Movieworld, is that he goes around stomping on people who he sees as an average person, yet he tries to make himself as if he's above everybody else. But he can't do that with me. No, he can't do that with me at all. And you want to know why? Because he knows for a fact that he even listened to me on this show. He was actually a supporter of me before this whole crap happened. And you know what, dude? You just can never be me. You can if you want to, but you just don't have the mental capacity to actually get yourself involved in this type of stuff, man. The attitude that you have and the way you're doing things, man, it's just, you're not going to go anywhere in life, man. I'm telling you right now, if you really think that making YouTube videos, personally attacking everybody on there, calling them Nolanites and making an enemy out of people, please, for the love of God, just change your ways, man. Seriously. I mean, do what you gotta do, but stop attacking people. It's getting annoying. And now it's getting you into trouble. Spidey out.